Good morning and welcome to our county commission meeting for March the 25th. It's been a long month or a long couple of months. Our next meetings will go down to a couple of months, which is good for a lot of reasons, especially our staff who has worked so hard on getting our budget ready. It's no easy task, anybody that's had anything to do with the budget. But they have done an extremely good job. And again, they don't tell us where to put the money. We actually tell them where we'd like to see things going so that, they know exactly what account and stuff to put things in. If we did it, well, it'd be all over the board. But we're very thankful that we have them and thank them for listening to what we would like to do. So at this point, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance and with the interim city manager for Oak Hill College, Brad.
Yes, I will. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Well, let me see here what we got. I don't see Tara here.
She doesn't have anything.
Okay.
Well, there's none.
Vouchers and invoices, there's none?
No. And there won't be minutes till next meeting.
Minutes are going to be on hold. So we'll move those to the time that you're done next meeting. And the state settlements, we don't have any. So Rick, let's go straight into you.
So the first, you guys said the election officials last week. You just need to sign the order for that, and then there's also an order to set the early
voting.
Yes.
So I move we approve early voting locations.
Second.
Motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
And then the next item is weather control.
Do you have a copy of that email we got?
Yeah, that was
Yes. So Dan, can you come up here, please? The microphone. So it's rare that people proactively reach out when they have a compliment to pay government employees. So when that happens, I really like to recognize the subject of that compliment. And in this case, our litter control officer, Dan Helton, received an email from the community that talked about how he came down and bagged garbage that had been next to his residence on Boomer Branch Road since November. And this email was sent in March. He came and picked it up because the house had burned and had a fire. They couldn't locate anybody to pick it up. Said he was very nice and helpful, that you helped get the track situation taken care of. And that he and his neighbors and everybody appreciate it more than anyone knows. And he asked that we pass it along. And this was from Mr. Larry Henson down the valley. But I wanted to thank you for representing us so well and for always being so dedicated to your job. I'm not surprised about this because I know how you work, but it's always nice to notice that the public is seeing it too.
Well, thank you guys for the recognition and the opportunity to do great things for the community and helping people of Fayette County. It's an honor and a privilege. So thank you guys.
You do a great job, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Okay, so we have a couple of support letters.
Now, the first one is a support letter for congressionally directed spending for the Montgomery Regional Transportation and Utility Workforce Training Center.
Okay, well, we've all read this in our packets. I mean, we approve it.
Second, got a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
And then the next one's also a support letter in Tyler, where I consider for that in
Okay.
the city of Oak Hill's sewer infrastructure.
Happy to speak on it if you have any questions for me. In short, this is improvements to our existing sewer system that were identified based on previous discussions of infrastructure development for Wolf Creek Park. So we all know NRGRDA has that property, is working on, well, has their master plan in place now. This is an effort to get ahead of the current situation. We've already identified these limitations previously. So the effort is to go ahead and try to get that underway. I mean, we know that this is a long process with congressional directed spending. We're looking at 2 years from now before we, if we get awarded, would receive anything. So why wait? We'll go ahead. We know this needs to be done, and then we're starting from now looking at anything additional that might need to be based on that master plan.
Okay, what do you expect the upgrades are gonna cost, you know?
This project is $865,000, and it's replacing a large section of force main line along Main Street, which is, it's pretty astounding. That line is really, really long. It goes from Fayette Square lift station right below Burger King, the barber shop right there, all the way across under 19, which that portion's good, all the way up Main Street to Advance Auto. So it's a very long line. I think it's about 6,000 linear feet of line. About 2,700 feet of it needs to be replaced. And so that's what this would do. And it would go ahead and add an emergency backup generator at the Wolf Creek Park lift station that's there currently. That's something we already identified as a shortcoming of that. You know, if we get a power outage, we've got to try to get a backup generator out there. If we can go ahead now and get that ball rolling, that's going to help with future enhancements to that, making that a lot easier. It'd be one less thing we have to do. So we're looking at 865,000 for this project. So,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome.
I move we approve the.
Well, hang on. And just for everyone out there that in Fayette County, realize Tyler and I had a little conversation and Oak Hill is on top of this. And we're kind of unsure. We have to understand how many houses maybe go out there to see what it can handle. We don't know. We're in uncharted waters right now, but we're going to get there with some documentation.
That's right. There's definitely some future things that we're going to have to identify, but we know these need to happen. So let's go ahead and get on it. So we're trying to preemptively take care of some of these things, which will make the future projects smaller than what they would be if we had to add this to it. So let's go ahead and get to work on it. And that way we're better prepared when the time comes.
And we are talking about wastewater. We talk about lift stations.
We are talking about wastewater.
Talking about wastewater. And our lift station, as he said, at the Fayette Square right there by the county barber shop there. There's one there, and then they have one at Wolf Creek right there.
There's one currently at Wolf Creek that serves the existing customers there, correct?
And I mean, you're ahead of the game, but we just have to stay on top of it. I appreciate your efforts and your conversation the other day, and I have trust that you will get where we need to be.
Well,
as the
thank
county needs to be.
Thank you, and thank you all. We look forward to working with
Thank you.
you. Thanks.
So I move we approve the support letter.
Second. Motion second for floor. All those in favor?
Aye. Okay, move to go into executive session for legal advice with regard to a budget item.
It's 9:11. We'll go into executive session. We'll be back as soon as possible. We're back from executive session. No decisions were made. Ruth, you want to go ahead with the?
I already moved on from that. All right, so I did the budget like you guys were the same as last year, minus obviously increased insurance. The capital requests for clerk's office, sheriff's department, shooting range, and vehicle equipment and Cellbrite are all included. But everything else is the same as last year for General County and Colson.
3 deputies. Off
Three,
the-
yeah.
off the law
all
levy
levy to General County.
And that leaves us how many still on the levy?
I wanna say 6. So to move before the end of the legislature, so. You got a couple years to move them. So, I just want y'all to approve it and then. Find a whole bunch of pages.
Okay, we're doing the general county budget separate from the fire levy budgets, but we'll get to those here in just a minute.
General county and coal severance.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. General county and coal severance. So I will move to approve the general county and coal severance budget.
Second.
We have a motion and second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we have a bunch of stuff to sign, but we can do that afterwards. I just sent the updated. I'm gonna make this large enough so that I can read this. The fire levy. Of course, we know with the truck allotment of $600,000. Station 18 build of 1.2 million. And PM maintenance of 250,000. The fire levy is going to take a small hit this year. The levy will bring in a little over $2 million this year, providing that we have the taxes collected. These will be the allotments for the fire departments. Anstead will be getting 121,000. Armstrong will be getting 57,000. Boomer will be getting 55,100. Davies 61,000. Fayetteville 181,000. Gully Bridge 61,000. Gully River 46,000. Loop Creek 31,000. Meadowbridge 56,000. And that doesn't include the work that needs to be done there. So the chief of Meadowbridge needs to get 3 estimates together from construction people to get that work done. Montgomery 151,000, Mount Hope 89,100, Nuttall 56,000, Oak Hill 191,000, Hacks 91,000, Raynell, their normal 15,750. The total fire budget increased from the previous year. It is now $1,262,950. And the total from the levy, that is, if the taxes are collected right, will be $3,312,950. The projected year end for 2027 will be $3,329,901. I just emailed this to Ruth, and if you guys want to pick this up, or if I had a email address to send this to someone, it could be distributed to you, because I know I read it pretty quick, so.
So that's a motion.
Yeah, that's a motion.
Okay, I'll second the motion and also note, this budget does not include any levy cuts on either levy this year. So the fire levy is staying at full income, and so is the law enforcement levy.
Also, and I do want to add for the fire departments that are sitting here, look, it's in your budget. That's what you have, your discretion, because that's what keeps your stations alive. Got to keep you operating and functional and have the equipment you need. If there is a special need, such as Meadow Bridge has a special need, come to us and talk to us about that special need. It's not that we're going to say, no, it's not within your budget. We can't tell you what's going to face you in the coming year. We can't tell you that you're going to face X amount or whatever. But you come to us and then we'll work it out. We will work it out with you. I mean, it may not be what we all want, but it's going to be what we all need when we have to come. We just come to us and talk to us. Is that acceptable with you guys?
Do we need to do a separate motion, Ruth, for the law enforcement levy related stuff, since the first one was general county coal severance?
You can, that's just part when you labor levy. I mean, you could motion to approve it.
Okay, well, just in case, I'm going to go ahead and move that we approve the law enforcement levy expenses that involve the cars, right? The 3 deputies coming off. El General Council and phase one of the shooting range, right? Or both phases?
I think phase 1 and 2.
Phase 1 and 2 of the shooting range. Okay, so that's my motion.
Second.
Got a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye. Motion adjourned.
Oh, yeah.